So, hello everyone. Today we have a very special guest on our channel. We have Sounak. So, Sounak, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello. So I'm Sounak Majumdar. I'm from IIST Shivpur, where I did my BTech in Computer Science and Technology. Currently, I'm a software engineer in Google, and I'm based out from in Bangalore. Previously, I had interned from Microsoft, and my CP profiles are like I'm a candidate master in code forces, 5-star in code chef. Apart from coding and studies, I love to read books. I love to play cricket, badminton, etc. So
Okay,
yeah.
awesome, awesome. So, as you can see, Sonak has done a great lot of work in his time and he has achieved a lot of things. So, Sonak will be talking about his Google interview experience today. So, over to you, Sonak. Tell us about your interview experience, everything in details.
Okay, so uh, firstly we had a coding round which
Mm-hmm.
was hosted on Hacker Earth.
Mm-hmm.
There were two questions. One was like a medium question. If we compare it to lead code, it
Mm-hmm.
was a medium level question. It was the question was based on two pointers, and it was not very difficult. I would say, like if you know pretty much basics, or I,
Hmm.
I would say medium level
Yeah.
coding, you would be able to solve that. But the next question was pretty hard. It was a DP based question, and
First round
uh,
only.
yeah, first round only DP. So it was quite hard. I tried for quite some time, but I couldn't come up with the actual approach. So I
Mm-hmm.
ran a brute force approach, and it passed like 50% of the tests. And I tried
Mm-hmm.
for the remainder of the time, but I couldn't solve that problem. So like one question and one question half, I solved it,
Mm-hmm.
and that was enough to get me through to the next round.
So the journey of Sonic has been really inspiring so far, and I believe many of you would like to work at a company like Google. But let me tell you, that is not an easy target to acquire. Because to work at a company like Google, you need to have an advanced skill set, you need to have some really cool industry grade projects in your resume, and along with that, you need some intensive problem solving skills. And let me tell you a platform where you can get all of that together, which is Cryo. So Cryo is a platform where you can upskill yourself, you can get the necessary skills to crack your dream job at your dream company. And you might ask, how is Cryo different than the other platforms? Well, in Cryo, you learn by doing. So instead of just mugging up theory, you'll be actually building some really cool industry grade projects under experienced software engineers. And the best part is that you have a placement guarantee with over 700 plus hiring partners hiring directly from Cryo. And you can get your dream job and you can get a CTC of up to 40 LPA plus. So I've given a link to this program in the description. You can check it out from there. They also have a free trial. So go click the link in the description and book your free trial now.
And now next three rounds were interview rounds. Two rounds were of 1 hour each, and one round was 45 minutes each. So like Google interviews are like every Google interview has 45 minutes of DSA
Mm-hmm.
and 15 minutes of what they call googliness test, which
Okay.
in layman's terms it's just like an HR questions only.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
So in two rounds I had this googliness test, and one round was purely DSA based only. In my first round, there were only one question actually,
Mm-hmm.
but there was subparts to it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Right.
the first question, it was based on two pointers,
Mm-hmm.
and I solved it pretty much easily. And there was some follow up questions
Mm-hmm.
on like an additional constraints on how to
Optimization.
optimize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was two pointers, and then the optimization was based on binary search.
Hmm.
And the googliness part of the 15 minutes was like why you want to join Google,
Right.
how do you work in a team,
Hmm.
and there was some specific situations like if there is like a tense situation between you and your colleague,
Mm-hmm.
how would
How you
you
react?
solve that? Yeah, so these are just basic standard uh, questions of HR questions, I would say. The next round, all the three rounds were in 1 day only.
Mm-hmm.
So the next round was purely DSA,
Mm-hmm.
45 minutes, and the question was actually based off try.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, that's like I heard from previous
Hmm.
people who interviewed at Google, like try is like a hot favorite topic
Mm-hmm.
of Google. So and I also encountered that.
Yeah.
So it was a try based question. So it was a, I would say, like not purely DSA based question. It was
Hmm.
a mix of DSA and fundamentals based question.
Hmm.
Like he asked me how to implement file structure
Hmm. Yeah.
through data structure. So I
Mm-hmm.
used try, so searching, and there was also how to store the data and how to you know cache the size
Mm-hmm.
of the data. If
Right.
like whenever we click on the folder, we can see
Mm-hmm.
the size.
Yeah.
So that's how we can cache it. So that was a mix, like not purely DSA, as I said.
Hmm.
It was also good solving that. And the third round was late evening, like uh, after, like these two rounds were for
Mm-hmm.
all the candidates, and as far as I can remember, like there were 16 people who were selected from the coding test.
Mm-hmm.
So 16 people gave the interview, and after that, two rounds were held for each of us.
Mm-hmm.
And after two rounds, there were like 6 or 7 people who
Hmm.
were qualified for the third round.
Hmm.
And the third round was also of 1 hour, 45 minutes
Mm-hmm.
of DSA and 50 minutes of
Mm-hmm.
googliness test. The DSA test question was based off on array and binary search again.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I solved it. So it was like similar to pattern matching,
Hmm.
but not
Right.
entirely like that. But it was easy with a two pointer. But
Hmm.
now again they put an additional constant, and I said like I can solve it with using segment tree,
Hmm.
or but yeah, he asked like a more simpler approach and not segment tree, like not that complex.
Yeah.
So I said like, yeah, binary search also works. So like he said
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah. He didn't ask me to implement it. Just had a formal discussion on the
Mm-hmm.
complexity, like follow up question, because we had time constraint. And then again the googliness test of basic HR questions.
Mm-hmm.
These were the three rounds.
So he would be impressed by your segmentary approach, right? Because us competitive programmers go straight to the segmentary approach, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like for
Because we've
competitive
used it.
programmers, it's a go to
Yeah, go
thing.
to
Like
approach. Yeah, so Google is a dream company for almost all software engineers. So what advice would you give to people, to students who are watching this and want to crack a company like Google? How can they prepare? What is your advice for them?
yeah, so like Google's both coding tests obviously and the interviews as well are purely DSA based.
Right.
They almost never ask any other questions like CP fundamental questions to freshers
Hmm.
at least. So my prime advice to all is to practice DSA, or if you like CP DSA,
Hmm.
interchangeably, whatever you
Yeah,
want.
both.
And like there is like how the HRs actually sort the resume. That is not how like I understand, but obviously you should have some projects if you
Hmm.
have good that. But once you get through the resume clearance, then it's purely DSA based. So
Hmm.
there are some favorite, as I said during my interview experience,
Two
the
pointers.
so, the favorite questions like try, two pointers, arrays, pattern matching, string matching. These are like hot favorite questions
Hmm.
of Google. So you should absolutely practice this type of questions. And another thing, like you should be patient with Google. Like it, they took like almost 1 month to before
Hmm.
they released out my offers.
Hmm. Damn.
So yeah, it's a dream company, and but practice with DSA helps a lot.
Okay, so I think that covers pretty much everything about cracking a company like Google. So thanks a lot, Sonak, for coming on my channel and sharing your journey with me and our subscribers. I hope it will help a lot of students. So thank you.
Thanks a lot.